So embarrassingly enough, by now, the whole entire world is probably quite aware of the horrible, nasty, massive narrowboat crash that I had last summer. No, sorry, I meant this one. So today we are making a positive out of that negative. We are on a quest on getting a massive narrowboat upgrade. The mission to get the best ever narrowboat canopy covers ever invented. So a very special episode this week, guys. Where are we heading today, Bex?
We are heading to the land where cratch covers are made. We are heading to the land of Titan cratch covers. Oh yeah.
It's as if it's meant to be, isn't it? And today Crobot have been invited. We've been given special clearance to come into the factory and see these canopy covers being made, and we're taking you guys with us for the ride. So over the course of the next couple of days, we're going to take you guys along with us, and they're going to let us into their clever secrets on why our new canopy covers will become the best canopy covers the narrowboat community has ever seen. But first...
Today is the day we get the calorifier out the box, or at least for the second time.
For the last 30 months, we haven't had hot water on this narrowboat. In this box in front of you sits a clever little device that will hopefully give us hot water.
Just want to get it out, put it into position, and then I'll be able to work out how much pipe length we're going to need and all of our different fittings and fixtures and all that kind of jazz, really. And then we can work out its absolute position as well and figure out how our bed is going to work, our spare bed's going to work in this room.
With excitement running at an all-time high, today we unleash Tanky Wanky from his cardboard nest. What am I doing? Get off, Chris! Let's get them out of the way. Weighing in at 55 litres. To papa. Your diagrams? So anyone can do it. Anyone is capable of doing this job. You'd be an idiot if you couldn't fit one of these yourself.
Yeah, so I'm doing it, yeah?
Fancy giving this a shot, Bex? Looks a bit tricky to me.
I'm game.
Of course she is. So here we go. Let's have a look in the top here. These are all your...
Here are all of our connections.
That's your immersion.
What does that mean?
That if you're at a marina and you're not really a continuous cruiser, you can plug it in to your mainline power supply. Is that correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it?
It's your electrical way of basically heating your water.
That's the only bit I know. And that's the only bit that we don't need either.
Useful.
I think these ones are like in and out of the engine. Two of them are.
I love the way it's like guess the valve.
Let's get the corner. What's your analysis?
I love the way they say only competent individuals should install the calorifier, and yet they've spelt competent wrong in the leaflet. Yeah. Are you sure? Are you really sure?
I think boat life's all a bit topsy-turvy, isn't it? That's why I'm sort of involved with it a bit.
Maybe they've put it in there just for comedy value. I like to hope so.
Do you reckon someone would put that there for comedy value?
I would. Like if someone just walked up to us and threw food at us, we wouldn't eat it, would we? It's like
I would.
Well, you
What are you talking about?
Chris!
What's up?
Can you just come here a minute?
What's going on? Are you mad?
Be the calorifier, they said.
Did they?
So I am just trying to envisage everything I need to do for the calorifier right now, and this is my starting point.
She's mad, I'm telling you. Okay. See you later. You enjoy yourself inside the calorifier box.
I'll keep mulling things over.
Yeah, you stay there. You're good. Good girl. So before she gets too carried away in there, it's probably a good idea to grab Bex and you guys and take you all along to Titan Boat Canopies and what will become a 2-day extravaganza on how our new covers will be manufactured. Obviously we had that little crash last summer, so it's quite important for us to have a quality product and more so a good customer service for when things go wrong and you know the canopy covers need to be corrected again. God forbid. So just before Christmas we had Steve, the company's managing director, to come up to us and use his clever laser device to create a 3D image of what the canopies will look like. Today we're going to get into the heart of it, the brain of the canopy covers, and we're going to check out what these things are going to look like and what is going to make them stand out. Do you remember Steve, guys?
I got my glasses on today. How you doing? So yeah, let's pull your cover up and then have a good old look. So this is your journey from the scan I've taken all the way to the completed job. So what we did is we started off with the scan what I took, and then what we do is we build this, and then that enables me to show you the shape of what your cover at the rear of your boat's going to look like.
Because the frames fold down really easily, don't they, on these? It's always a worry with bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
You think, do you have to take the whole contraption down, you know?
They come down so quick. We've designed a side panel with a window, and it has a window blind which is on the inside, which is removable. The panel can be removed from the side like this. So it unzips, so you can leave it open in the summer and just sit and let the air flow in. So we use a Renolite material. This is a cratch, so you have a Velcro tab at the bottom to hold the fly over the zip, so that keeps it all nice and covered and stops things flapping around in the wind. A PVC edge like this is your reinforcement, stops your little clips like that ripping out, and it just basically makes it a bit more tough around the edges. You've got your window covers on the inside. They're not cut from scraps, they're cut from new bits of material. Hem it over and put the stainless steel fixings in. We can do it in Velcro, but the problem is with Velcro is it wears out. And another thing with Velcro, in massive amounts, it shrinks like hell. The little bits of Velcro, like 2 or 3 inches, is fine. But when you're using huge amounts of Velcro, it just loves shrinking. And then after a couple of years, your canopy looks all rippled. That is the reason why we like to use stainless, because I've never seen stainless steel shrink before. Roll-up tie straps. Again, we like using the stainless steel fixings because again, it doesn't break down under UV. Other cover makers use plastic bar buckles, which are side release buckle straps. Now, over the time I've been doing the industry, we found that they do last, but they do deteriorate under UV and they start cracking. That's the reason why we like to use stainless steel fixings, because again, metal don't deteriorate in the sunlight. It lasts, it stays in. Getting onto the window material, it's Renolite 30 Thou. It's the best we can get for the purpose. So we have customers who add an additional set of panels and have these with, instead of window material, they put a mesh. So in the summer, you can do them panels up, have the meshes in, leave the boat doors open and not worry, even though you're not going to stop them, the midges getting in, but it prevents it. And it gives you an element of security as well. Then moving down to the semi-trad, you have a removable front panel, so that zips out, and it zips out of the front here, and then that's where your hatch is, there. And then in here, there's a sail batten, which is sewn into the fabric to keep this part rigid, to enable the hatch just to slide through nicely and keep a nice seal above the hatch. We have proper zipper tubes, and they're held in like this. And we have, it's a lot more extra work, but it's a lot more quality when it comes to stuff. We can use strips of Velcro, and that the Velcro wears out, they rip off, and then once they're ripped off, you can't hold the frames in place. So we go the extra mile, more time, more manufacturing time, but you get the better quality.
In front of us here, one of the little machinies that will be carrying out the cutting procedure, and we'll show you how that works later in the episode.
The materials what we use. So we use 2 different brands, Sunbrella and Salida. They're not the easiest things to keep clean, so we do recommend people in the UK to really think hard when they're choosing a canopy. It's quite easy to go in and pick a beautiful grey colour, and then that grey quickly turns green and brown and every other colour. So my biggest advice to people out there is to really think sensible for what the conditions are in the UK.
How would you recommend you do clean them?
With our canopies, we provide our own cleaning instructions. One of the most common cleaning solutions, what people have really done well with, especially on wide beams and liveaboard boats and stuff like that, is white vinegar and water mixed together. And apparently it's just like excellent for everything.
Yeah. Bit on your chips, bit on your canopy.
Yeah, I got fed it the other day because I was ill by one of my customers, and it was like, have some white wine vinegar. I was like, what? With a bit of turmeric. So white wine vinegar mixed in, it kills the mould. Mould is the worst thing. It gets into material, spurs grow. You've sort of lost the battle when you get to that. This stuff is really cool for cleaning your windows with very soft cloths. Just go steady, don't go scrubbing your windows, because you always have swirly marks, and you can clean it out, but it isn't easy. This stuff is the stuff what you want to spray on your canopy to keep it proof. This stuff is what we recommend. We put a hydrophobic waterproof spray. So this is the stuff what you put on to keep the mould and mildew from growing into the fabric. And this stuff is what I would use to protect your windows and keep them clean. This is a good product for cleaning. before you put your spray on.
So what a great little introduction into our canopy covers. But stick with us because Titan Boat Canopies have actually invited us again tomorrow to come along and see how these canopy covers are produced hands-on. So we're back in the back room. The pride of eating Soken has sorted herself out. She's out of the box now.
I've done my very best thinking inside the box, and so what we're doing now, we've moved all the junk over to the other side. Basically what I'm going to do is get Chris to lie down in this space with the calorifier in an upright position to check if there'd be enough length there to have a bed. Basically he's the tallest of the two of us, so we're using him as our template. So go on then.
This is a stitch up. You're trying to get rid of me. You want me to sleep down here, don't you? This is what this is. Just lie down. Yeah, we'll just get your measurements. It's dirty down there. Any grubby.
So my question to you then is, would you be happy that that's enough space if we had the calorifier in that sort of position?
Yeah, if we do end up putting a bed here, I'm wondering if to have it a little bit higher. Having a bed higher on a narrowboat's far better because you've got all that storage underneath it. It was up here when we bought the boat, but we're not going to have it that high because I think that just makes it a bit too close to the roof. But maybe here-ish or something. So she's finally unboxed it after owning it for about 3 years. That's it, stroke it. So as you can see, got these brackets on the back that we're going to have to put into here. It's slightly scary because we're not sure really what's behind it. I think it's going to be a bit of the case of the Blaggeroonie. Just go for it gently and hope for the best in it.
So where the tongue and groove starts here, there's a cavity before you hit the metal bulk wall. But whether that cavity is filled with something, i.e. not insulation, wood, it probably is insulation, I would think, which means that we only have the depth of the tongue and groove to screw into, which is maybe 1.5 centimetres. Fortunately, brackets aren't there to actually hold the weight of the calorifier, they're more to just stabilise it so it doesn't roll around and stuff. It stands up on its own and it will be encased in a cupboard that would prevent it from falling anywhere anyway. So
we actually opted for the calorifier, which can be either put up horizontally or vertically. It's either or. So look at her just looking at it.
I'm mulling over what I need to do, that's why.
So what we're doing here, we're going to see if we can attach the calorifier to this back bit here, which leads to the stern area. The problem is we don't know how thick this wall is. We want to measure that, see how far we can come through. We might even have to go through some of the steel work. So as you can see, there's a little hatch here. I think Bex has been in there, I haven't, and it leads to the engine bay. So when Bex opens this up in a minute, we're going to see the lovely big Ford Transit engine.
Big dirty engine.
Big dirty tranny in there. God, we're far from woke, aren't we? Okay, get your ass down there. So Bex assured me that the engine would sit behind here, and she's been in here before and she had seen the engine in all its glory. I thought she was lying.
You've never seen it?
Not with the other bit behind it off.
All right.
I've just seen. Well done.
Ready for the grand reveal?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey. Turns out I was right. She was lying. Are you sure you've seen the engine here before? No, you haven't. You lied.
Yeah, perhaps not then.
Because you've got to undo all these. So unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a ball ache to get into. And it's not really going to help us see where the potential screws from the calorifier are going to end up anyway. Because there's roughly a 3-inch partition wall here filled with installation. And probably no point getting into the engine bay anyway. Welcome back, Titan Boat Canopies. And today we're actually going to see some of the covers being made. So one of the main reasons we chose Titan Boat Canopies, apart from the name, was the quality of the work. And we want these things to last. Some of the more intricate stuff is done by hand, along with the latest in digital technology. Crobot is going digital. This is the plotter. This will cut out our canopy covers. These are not our ones, these are someone else's. We've still got to choose a colour. This machine is the plotter, and it will take the exact measurements that have been put in from Steve's computer and cut it out to the exact reading to the material beneath it. So the machine has done its part, all cut out now.
Yeah, so you can see the windows here. where the zip positions are going to go. And this is the material ready for laying up, we call it. So basically we'll start preparing it and we build it up with the reinforcement, the zips, the windows, and then it slowly gets through a process to completion. And it usually works around the workshop and out the door and on your boat. That's it. These are for a new boat going out next week, and these are very big roof covers which cover the roof lights on the boat. So these enable the customer to not have condensation in the boat.
We know a thing about condensation.
And that allows the light to go in. We get people ask us, why are we dearer? We put more detail into the cover, as in we make zipper tubes and center zips. Processes more expensive because of digital equipment and stuff like that. Now the equipment we use is solid stainless steel. We use the option of quick release pins, bolted fittings. We opt mostly for quick release because lots of people like quick release because they can just take the frame off and move it. This is all solid stainless steel with a rubber washer underneath. There is no plastic parts. They're completely designed to last. This is a stainless steel end cap. Again, polished, shiny, looks the part. Now, there's a lot of companies out there. Sometimes they use plastic fittings, and plastic fittings, again, are not gonna last the length of time. Like stuff like this, UPVC plastic, it's no good. It breaks down over time. So I'm gonna try this without making a fool of myself. This is one of our frames for a semi-trad. So this is exactly the same as what you're gonna get on your boat. I'm 110 kilos, and I'm trying lifting myself off, but you can see it's not moving. And that's, again, what we provide as standard with all of our products, what we provide. We don't have a second degree. This is what we use, and that's it. All of our frames are covered, and that stops the heat from heating up the metal and creating burn marks on the window plastic. Cheers, Chris. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you very much.
So exciting times ahead of us at Crobot Towers. Steve has supplied us with a 10% discount code if anyone's interested in using the company. And next time we see these guys, they should hopefully be fitting it. Bex is off to get some knobbly bits from Screwfix for the calorifier. I'm here to support Becca getting the knobbly bits from Screwfix.
Great supportive role.
Great knobbly bit wingman. The mother nest. Screwfix. He is mad, I'm telling you. I've been telling you guys for years. It's that. So, armed with a knobbly bits, we headed back to the Wombat in search for hot water.